Hey everybody, this is Frederick. I just wanted to do a quick video after receiving quite a few personal messages about my export settings. Apparently folks are finding it difficult to upload their YouTube videos and have them look as good as they do, after they've done their edit. And there's a reason for that. So I've started answering those questions, but I thought maybe it would be a better idea to do a quick video. So just a warning, this is boring as watching paint dry. So if you came to see color correction, this is not one of those videos. Run now, please. But if you want to find out the best export settings, please stick around and I'll show you. So I do this, this is being done in Premiere Pro, but I think the basic concept of what I'm doing is probably similar in whatever app you're using, whether that's Final Cut or DaVinci, what have you. So when I'm ready to upload my video to YouTube and I'm ready to render it out, what I do is go to Export, to Media, and right here in this first selection and you're under Export Settings, set this to H.264. H.264 is a codec. Codec is short for compression, decompression. So this is a good codec, and what this does is this will create an MP4 video for you. MP4 is the wrapper for the video, and YouTube really likes MP4 videos, so I encode with the H.264 setting. Next thing you check is the basic stuff. Make sure your size is exactly the same size as your sequence, your project. So this is a 1080p sequence, and so it's 1080 by 1920. The frame rate is 23.976. So if you're editing, your timelines in 1080 at 2396 or 976 frames, you want to make sure that's the same. And then I always click this checkbox right here, render at maximum depth, and then down here I click this checkbox too, use maximum render quality. But now here's the setting that is the important one right here, bitrate settings. The Phantom 3 and Phantom 4 camera, which is essentially the same camera, shoots at about 60 megabits per second. That's how much information it's able to take in and process. The problem is when you export with a standard setting out of any application, Premiere Pro, what have you, oftentimes this bit rate right here you'll see is about 20, somewhere around 20, maybe even 10. And that's just not quite enough information, because think about it. If your camera has recorded the video at 60 megabits per second and you render it out at, say 10 megabits per second, you're losing 80% of your information. It's just throwing it away and not even utilizing it. So that's why when you upload your video, it looks terrible. It looks much worse than your actual edit that you're looking on screen. So what I do is I set this to CBR. CBR stands for constant bit rate. And the difference between that and the traditional setting, which is VBR, 1 pass or 2, VBR is variable bit rate. And what that means is if I have a scene where I'm just kind of hovering and on a scene, and perhaps the only thing moving in that scene is, say, like a boat traveling down a lake, then a variable bit rate makes the choice on how much information, how high the bit rate goes to record. So if the scene isn't changing a lot, it will automatically drop down to a much lower bit rate. And I don't know about you guys, but I just do not want that. Even if I'm just hovering on a still shot, I want as much bit rate as possible to know that my image is as high a quality as possible. And that's where CBR comes in, and that's constant bit rate. And then we set this to 50. That's the amount that I use. Now this is probably a little bit overkill, but I would rather give YouTube more information to process than not enough, because don't forget, when you upload to YouTube, the minute you hit that upload button, YouTube also compresses it. YouTube runs it through its own compression, so it's kind of a double compression that's happening. So I'd rather give YouTube much more information that it needs, and that would ensure that it would use that information to do its encoding and upload. So that's it. I hope this helped, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Please subscribe if you haven't, and you guys have a great day.